Hey, it's OG Math Mosley, and today we're going to be looking at some examples of how to use table A, which is based on our standard normal curve, standard normal distribution, when given a z-value, how to translate that into a proportion under the curve, and if you're given a proportion under the curve, like a percentile, how to use table A to get back to the z-value. All right, let's take a look at our examples. So, we've got a few problems for each scenario here. First, we're going to take a look at how to use table A to find the proportion under the standard normal curve for each of the given z values here. All right, there's a couple you can't see on the page here. We'll get to those, obviously. And then we're going to look at how to use table A to find the value z from the standard normal distribution that satisfies each of the following conditions. Right, so in this case, I'm given a proportion of observations or a percentile to use. So we're going to start with stuff on the left-hand side here. We're going to use table A when given a range for z, or a z value. Right? So to do this, we will need our copy of table A, which I have here. Right, so we're going to have this guy here available. All right. I have all the negative values on this side, right, and all the positive values on the other page. Right, so I'll be able to use these to get my answers here. Right, and I've also got some blank normal curves, standard normal curves, so that I can kind of show where these z scores end up, or these z values are. So it'll help make the proportions make a little more sense. Right? So first, we're looking at a z of less than 2.85. Right? 2.85, right? If we're looking at our curve here, it's going to be like, I don't know, most of the curve. We'll say this might be 2.85. Right? It's way over here. And I'm looking for less than. Alright, so I'm looking for everything darn near all of this. Alright, I'm getting everything to the left of the 2.85. Alright, just based on what we know from the 68, 95, 99, 7 rule, we should be like well above like 95%. Right, 95% is within 2 standard deviations, and we're more than that. Alright, so if you're getting an answer that doesn't fit the proportion you have here, then you've made an error. All right, we're using the graph to help us see what our proportion should be. All right, so now we have an idea of what we should get. Now we're going to use table A. All right, we're looking for a positive value, so I'm going to go to the positive page. All right, and here, we'll use a highlighter here. Now we're looking for a z value of 2.85. So I'm going to start on this left-hand column, and I'm going to find 2.8. Right? And that's going to be right here. Now I need to complete the decimal with 0.05, because that 0.05 plus 2.8 is 2.85. So we got 00, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. That is right there. And now we find the intersection of those two things, which is 0.9978. Right? The 0.9978 is the number I need. Right? We're looking for less than all of these scores. Right? In table A, refer to the proportion less than the value of z you found on table A. So that means once I find this number, this 0.9978, I'm done. I have found the solution to this problem, right? The proportion of observations under the curve less than 2.85 is 0.9978. Right? And that's it, we're done. So now let's look at the other example, all right? Our next example, all right? Now we want z greater than 2.85, same number we just found, but now we're looking at greater than, so to the right of that number. We're going to the right, everything else that we haven't just considered now because we're at the same place. right? We're still looking at this same number here, but now I'm just looking at what's to the right. Not a lot. It's going to be a teeny tiny number, and that makes sense because 0.9978 is less than 2.85, which means that the remaining part of my 100% has to be greater than. So to find this, we just say 1 minus 0.9978, and that will be 0.0. Oh man, math's hard. But use a calculator. I don't want to do this in my head and do it wrong. 1 minus 0.9978. Turn it on, it helps. 1 minus 0.9978. And that will be 0.0022. That makes sense. Right? And again, we're done. Alright, so let's look at our next one here. We have z is greater than negative 1.66. We're going to use a different graph here. We're going to use this guy here and get this one set up. So z is greater than negative 1.66. Negative 1.66 is going to be, I don't know, we'll estimate right here. All right, and I want greater than. So again, I'm looking for everything to the right of that number, that value of z, right? This is good. We know what this looks like now, and we know, based on our current understanding of the standard normal curve, it's probably going to be greater than 68%, because that's all within one standard deviation. I'm covering all of that. It could be getting close to 95%. I'm almost 2 standard deviations over here. Definitely past it over here. So we have an idea of the range for what our answer should be. So now we'll get back to table A, but I need my negative numbers now. Right? And remember, table A gives me the proportion less than my z-score. So whatever score I find, I'm going to subtract it from 1. Right, so we'll get our little handy dandy highlighter again. And we need to find 1.6, negative 1.6 down this side, which is right here. And then complete that decimal of 0.06. Because 0.06 plus 1.6 is 1.66. And follow this over to get the intersection. All right. We get 0.0485. Right? This makes sense, right? Because again, this is the proportion less than. When we were talking about this picture, we know this picture is covering a good chunk of percentage. So when I subtract this number from 1, I'll get my result. Right? So again, this is the number I need to use, but it is not my solution. Right? Because again, I'm at a greater than problem. So I'm going to say 1 minus 0.0485, and because I trust my calculator, I'm going to use that guy again. We have 1 minus 0.0485, and that gets us to 0.9515. This is pretty good. All right, so our proportion of the curve is 0.9515, which is pretty close to what we estimated it could be. We said, hey, it could be right around that 95% mark within 2 standard deviations, because it's kind of like close to that, but shifted. So that's good. All right, we're getting a better sense of how to use these things in conjunction with a sketch of that using standard normal curve. Now, we're putting more things together now. We want a z of greater than negative 1.66, the number we found here, but less than 2.85. All right. So now we're kind of combining these guys. All right. We get our 2.85 somewhere over here. right? And we want everything in between these two values that we've already found, right? We know that less than 2.85 was 0.9978, and we know that greater than negative 1.66, right, is 0.9515. All right, so I need this chunk between both, right? So what do? I would think the easiest thing is to actually use this number again, right? Because I can just subtract this number, right, the proportion less than here, from the 0.9978, which is kind of taking the place of being 100% in this scenario. That's going to give me the least amount of work to have to do. It makes sense from my drawing to do it this way. So we're going to take the 0.9978, first problem, and subtract this portion that's to the left, it's outside of my inequality here, from this value. You get 0.0485. All right, and once again, I trust my calculator. We're going to get 0.9978 minus 0.0485. So we get 0.9493. So the proportional observations between these two z-scores, a z-score of negative 1.66 and 2.85, is 0.9493. All right, so now let's get two more little examples here. Some similar type of things again. We'll use this. So our first one here, number 5, right? We had a z-score of less than negative 2.46. Right? So negative 2.46, probably going to be right over here. I want less than, so I'm just looking at this little bit here, so relatively small percentage. All right. But again, luckily for us, we can just actually find this one using table A. We're still on my negative numbers. All right, so let's find negative 2.4. And then 0.6 we've already found over here. Follow this over. And we get 0.0069. All right. So that's the result for this. We don't have to do any other calculations here. Right? It's just z less than negative 2.46. So we get a result of 0.0069. One last example here. We have a z-score greater than 2.46. So now let's think of that. If we look at this and go to 2.46 on the positive side, and we want greater than, we're just looking at that same, essentially the same proportion, just on the other side. Remember, a standard normal curve has symmetry. Means if I fold it in half, I get the same thing on each side. It matches. So the proportion greater than positive 2.46 is equivalent to the proportion less than negative 2.46. It is both the same amount above the mean, right? So above and below. I don't have to do anything for this one. It's the same proportion, right? We get 0.0069. Now we can check this, right? we can find 2.46 on our table. Yeah. Okay. We find 2.4, 0.06. Follow this over. We get 0.9931. Again, since we're greater than, we use the rule that I subtract that number from 1. So we'd have 1 minus 0.9931. And lo and behold, it is equal to 0.0069, which is what I said it would be. All right. So there you go. There's some examples on how to use Table A when provided a value of z or a range for z. Inequality. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments or send me an email and let me know. Otherwise, check out the next video to look at the examples on the other side here about Table A given a percentile or proportion under the curve. All right, we'll see you on the next one.